Caution, free, IriS, light, mine, flash, J-Doll, easy play, anytime, stop, nada, much. Slayer's Boxer, C, Bisu, Savior, 16 of the most powerful StarCraft gamers in the world. LG, Intel Centrino, GOM TV, Star Invitational.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Nick Casel's Plot at the GOM TV StarCraft Invitational. It's been a real thrill to be broadcasting to all of you. We've got another great game coming up. Berserker, also known as IriS, against the infamous Bisu. There's been a lot of people down here at the event, a lot of people tuning in online, a lot of people discussing stuff on the forums. One of the biggest esports events in history with the most badass game ever made, StarCraft. We've already seen... Oh, whoop. See, I can make a sign too, guys. Watch this. See, I got my little sign too, all right? So I can do my little fangirl stuff too. I've been working on trying to become a better Korean fangirl. It's really not as easy as I thought, especially because I'm a male. But don't worry. I was actually going to save that one until the match started, but I was worried they might not get a shot of my face, and then I would have wasted, my entire 15 seconds drawing this great I Love Bisu sign on there. All right. Bisu versus Berserker soon on Blue Storm. I am just so excited to see how this is going to unfold. Berserker's a really, really, really strong player, but at the same time, Bisu is ranked #1 in the entire world right now. He has been ranked #1 for some time now. If we look at the player's statistics, Bisu's versus Terran, actually, hold that thought. I'm going to just say IriS's or Berserker's. His overall record versus Protoss in the last 10 games, 7-3, ranked 12th on PESPA. One of the main players on CJ. I casted, my first cast ever with this guy was at BlizzCon, where he just tore Yellow to shreds. And who knows, he could very well do that to Bisu. I have to say he's very well known for his aggressive style. That's how he gained his nickname, the Berserker Terran. Occasionally he becomes overly aggressive and then ends up throwing away his advantage. But many times it ends up in his favor. Here we have Bisu, the man I made the sign for. The #1 ranked player in the world. He is rather talented, to say the least. And if we look at his last 10 games versus Terran, he's 8-2. So we have basically an 8-2 PvT record versus a 7-3 TvP record. A slight favoring for Bisu, but again, it's hard to say who's really the favorite here. I would still say Bisu, but man, IriS is so good. Our final match of the tournament, by the way, will be Stork versus C. And I want to let you guys know I may be making a world record here right now for how many Ricolas I can consume within a few hour period, just to maintain some semblance of a throat. Note that Bisu blowing on his hands. He wants to keep his hands warm. Players generally say they can't play with cold hands. They aren't able to utilize the dexterity they have generally. I've seen some players use hot pads, other players use warm rags. It looks like he just warms them up with his mouth. Both players have joined. Both seem interested in starting the game. So soon, when the Korean commentators are done talking, this game will begin. And two giants, two Goliaths, metaphorically, not the Terran units, will battle it out to see who will make it to the semifinals of one of the most important game tournaments in history, the GOM TV StarCraft Invitational. Stay tuned. The game has begun. IriS at the top right on Blue Storm. Bisu at the bottom left. Note it, Bisu has already sent out the probe. There he is, Bisu. The man I made the sign for. This is so early, I question if it really is an early gas steal. It may be a fast pylon somewhere. Maybe he's going to try to sneak the probe inside of Berserker's base. It's hard to say. But the positioning of the pylon is going to be so pivotal for how this game unfolds. And it looks like it's going to be at the middle right. Probe's so eager to make that he's going in circles. Now he will take a peek. He wants to see, is the Terran going to wall in? The Terran is not. Berserker, known for his aggressive style, wants to get his units out earlier and instead is making a supply depot and most likely the barracks next to his command center, thus getting the SCVs back onto the minerals quicker. However, with a fast gateway, uh-oh. It could be a big uh-oh. And by the way, that guy's sign is not as cool as mine. Or as gay. Not that it matters. Now, here we go. Barracks going up. I would presume this is a gateway on 9 for Bisu, followed up with a gateway on 10. Sacrificing a few probes. This is going to be very, 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 very difficult for Terran to hold off. Especially if you have a Zealot micro like Bisu. All right, if he can get this SCV, it'll be even worse. It'll be even worse, and it looks like he may be able to get it right now. Nope, SCV's repairing, but a few minerals behind, Berserker will be. A bunker will be absolutely necessary to win this game for Bisu. Looked like one of the SCVs had Tourette's there for a minute. He was twitching out. All right, here we go. First Zealot on the move. And soon, Berserker has not yet scouted the proxy, although it's probably aware of what's going on now. Attacking the first SCV that is making the factory. If he gets that SCV, he'll have to put another one on there. Note the positioning of the depot and the barracks make it very easy to micro Marines in between them. And look at Berserker's micro, but not good enough, apparently. As only one Marine against two Zealots can now close in on either side. A third Zealot comes in. An almost impossible scenario for Berserker to recover from. He should have played more cautiously, as Boxer did in this. Zealots dealing a lot of damage to SCVs, but surprisingly, Berserker is actually managing to hold off a sizable amount of Zealots, and another Zealot goes down. Berserker's still in this, but more Zealots are on the way. Note that Bisu is not even making probes right now. This is a very, 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 very aggressive strategy by Bisu. If Berserker can weather the storm, he may be able to come back and win this, picking off both those gateways outside of his opponent's base. Now the last Zealot attempting to take out, no, two more Zealots now coming in. Soon, though, Berserker will have a Vulture Bike. Apparently, Berserker's building positioning is much better than I had actually expected it to be. Now Dragoons will soon come into play. Dragoons stronger against the Vulture Bike. Marines stronger against the Zealots stronger against the Marines. Now he realizes that he's going to be in tough shape unless he gets his bunker up. Here come the Zealots now attacking these Marines. And a few more Dragoons have come into the battle. But he's trying to pick off as many Marines as possible. The bunker is up and Bisu's rush is not in good shape. What would have looked like an easy win for Bisu has suddenly become a very difficult uphill battle where he is behind economically and maybe behind positionally if Berserker can last for a few more minutes. He will need Dragoon range if he wants to break down that bunker. I don't think he's upgraded that, or no, it doesn't look like he got that. Either that or he'll have to run by the bunker. But I believe directly engaging the bunker could be a critical blunder. We'll also want to watch very carefully to see if the Terran's tank can get out in time. Robo Bay, rather than the Citadel. And he has done a wall-in over here. He does not want to let those Dragoons get by. Had Bisu gone for a Citadel, he could pick off the SCVs attempting to make that and maybe come in with an efficient DT rush, but maybe not. He may use this barracks to complete a wall-in that will block off any type of Dragoon bum rushing past the bunker. Perhaps we will see a Reaver drop. It's unclear. We will expect to see more probes, though, from Bisu, who is now behind as long as Terran can last through this possible rush. Looks like something's going to be going on here with that probe. He may be trying to build something there, or he may just be looking for any type of drop, which may be leaving. It doesn't look like Bisu has opted to make any more Dragoons either, realizing that his rush has essentially failed due to his really bad micro back there against the Marines. And Berserker's really good micro. Siege mode is complete. The rush is failed. And Bisu's aggression worked against him as he made the gateway too close. Berserker can pick that off from home, it seems. 2 more Zealots made out of the gateways before Berserker leaves. Zealots and Dragoons together can really complement themselves against an early game Terran army. When Terran starts to get bigger, Zealots become less useful until they have the leg upgrade or until they get inside of a shuttle. Expansion going up for Berserker, and a Reaver drop soon to happen with Bisu. Someone says they're really enjoying the matches. They're really looking forward to seeing Bisu in action. I am as well. I'm really excited to see Bisu in such a bad position. I want to see how he's going to play this out since he is such a good player. Someone else says, I'm doing a good job being a Korean fangirl. Well, thank you. Yeah, I do agree with you. Soon I will be able to top the Korean fangirls. Once I've beaten them, then first the Korean fangirls, then the world, I think. They are more rabid than I am, though. Reaver out now. And it looks as though Bisu will actually wall himself inside of his base. An interesting tactical position. Maybe he's going to use the 2 Zealots and the Reaver to then do some type of, I know we all hate the strategy name, but Bulldog Rush. Maybe he's going to use the 2 Zealots and the Reaver to draw the Terran forces back. Here they come now, by the way. Dragoons do not have range, making them much, much, much weaker against an army of this sort. Here comes the Reaver now, and uh-oh. He's going to have to back off very quickly. Oh, my God. The dumbest scarab in the world just happened to be hired by Bisu. Here he comes now with the Reaver, going to pick off the tank in siege mode, but he has forced him back, and the expansion is vulnerable. Once again, it's all about how he micros this Reaver with that turret up. Oh! He has almost lost the shuttle. Bisu now backed into a corner and in a position where his Dragoons cannot escape. Reaver tells the Vulture Bikes to back off. Now he is now moving in. Oh, no! Bisu proceeding very cautiously with the shuttle. If he loses the shuttle, I can 99% guarantee you he will lose the game. Or at least if he loses the shuttle with the Reaver. Being very aggressive and picking off these tanks. But aggressive may not be enough, as he's already lost 4 Dragoons, 2 Zealots, and has a shuttle that is more wounded than Bambi's mom right now. She didn't even get to use her sign. I'm already winning this battle. Here comes 2 shuttles now. Very interesting play by Bisu. I have to say, Bisu's in an absolutely awful position right now. I mean, there's no exaggeration or understatement there. This is just what is up, and he's going to have to do something unbelievable if he wants to come back and win this. I'm interested in seeing what the plans are with the shuttle. A quick Reaver drop here, and Reaver's going down. Shuttle's dying. GG. Bisu's rather good strategy at the start worked against him, and he had to forfeit that game. Not going to pull a J-Dog and drag it out when he knows he's already lost. Very, very, very impressive game by Berserker, who just managed. Apparently the position of his buildings was actually much more rush safe than it appeared. He was able to micro in between the depot and the barracks into such a way where the Zealots couldn't quite get him unless he came in from two sides, then using the SCVs and controlling perfectly. More than likely spamming that right-click attack with the SCVs, because for some reason there's a bug at StarCraft where if you actually spam right-click, the SCVs do more damage because the attack frame is slower than the damage cooldown. Fun fact. The next map will be Katrina. Terran versus Protoss. Berserker the Terran and Bisu the Protoss. Bisu losing a Protoss versus Terran, a matchup he does not normally lose. It's not his best matchup. Protoss versus Zerg is his best, which means he will not be as powerful going into this tournament since J-Dong is no longer around. The Terrans really proving that they know how to fight off these top players. Terran's not, or probably, I believe the highest ranked Terran is now 5, so Terran's not the highest ranked, but